Hello, writers. Come write with me. My name is Michaela Greenwood. I create worlds for mind adventures. Welcome to my channel, Write with Michaela. I'm very glad to have you join me on my channel, so don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you can go on this journey with me. Today we're going to explore the world of a well-known author who wrote under the pen name of George Orwell. He has written several books. In today's episode, we are going to discuss Part 2, Chapter 6, or 6 is written with VI, in a book club format. I expect you have read this chapter before watching this video. The version I read is published by Signet Classics. The copyright was 1949, and the copyright was renewed in 1977. This is a really short chapter. Oh, just to show you the cover of the book, if you don't remember, with the eye watching you. Winston is walking down the hall in the ministries department, and he hears someone behind him. It turns out that O'Brien is behind him. O'Brien pulls him along, so Winston walks down the hall with him. Winston thinks something about O'Brien being in the inner party. O'Brien compliments Winston on his articles and says that he used 2 words that were outdated and wondered if he had read Newspeak Dictionary version 10. Okay, pause for a moment. Syme was working on version 11, not 10. So, did the author miss that? Or did version 10 come out but not get well distributed? I have questions. Okay, but back to the summary. Winston is only using version 9, and he had not heard that 10 was out. Okay, he hadn't heard 10 was out, but his friend's working on 11. I don't get that. O'Brien admits it's not released to everyone yet, but he thought Winston would like to see it. Winston instantly agrees, and O'Brien writes out his address, and they're directly in front of the telescreen. So O'Brien is writing the address. And in fact, O'Brien writes so openly that the telescreen could see what is written. This is not covert at all. And that is the end. Part 2, Chapter 6, or VI. Okay. So, Winston thought he was discovered. Like, he was kind of thinking through things when he heard somebody walking behind him. And he still, even when he sees this O'Brien, he still thinks he was discovered. But O'Brien starts complimenting him and setting his mind at ease. Also, we know that Syme was working on the next version. I had to go look things up, and so this doesn't say the right thing. On the next version. And Syme is now an unperson. So O'Brien doesn't say his name in this chapter. He just says he just doesn't remember. I don't remember the name. I know many of us have trouble remembering names, but in this context, it is different. O'Brien doesn't remember the name because Symes doesn't exist anymore. Now, another thought is that O'Brien is singling him out as scholarly on Newspeak, and the unnamed, now unperson, had spoken highly of Winston. So, what does that mean? Does that mean that Winston will be unpersoned next? Yeah. This unnamed person really spoke highly of you. He's unnamed now. But what does that mean? Like I said, this is a short chapter. Leave a comment on if your heart would have jumped when you heard someone behind you. I mean, I'm not sure if it would matter if somebody was behind me or not because there's telescreens everywhere. So, but in today's age, yeah, would you leave a comment on if your heart would have jumped when you heard somebody behind you in this environment? Leave a comment on if you would trust O'Brien or think he was watching you a little too much. Because remember, Winston thought that several people could be writing the same articles. Maybe not the little bitty pieces that he does, but the articles when he's doing those. He thinks several people may be writing the same article he was assigned to write, or at least the articles where he's creating a whole new article. And Winston never went back to read to see if his version was the one now filed. So O'Brien is tracking his work. Leave a comment on your thoughts. Leave a comment on how long you think Winston should wait to get the new Newspeak dictionary, or the number 10, version 10 from O'Brien, or if you think he should go. Personally, I think this is like a catch-22 between a rock and a hard place, one of those things. His job depends on him using the latest dictionary. But I'm not sure about trusting O'Brien to go to his house to pick up the dictionary, especially since Symes is unpersoned, and Symes said good things about Winston. So, like, do you go, do you don't go? So, leave a comment on that. Leave a comment on if you would have memorized O'Brien's address so you could put the paper in the memory hole, because you're not supposed to have paper things. You're not supposed to have written things. So, would you have memorized the address? Do you have that capability? Leave those comments. Also, leave a comment on if you are building up to a climax in your story, like Hate Week. This is what they were building to, right? In 1984, they were building to that climax of Hate Week. But you had rushed getting to the Hate Week. It's like you spoke about it too soon. And you had to drop in some other scenes, like Winston and Julia in the room, or O'Brien approaching Winston and actually talking to him. So, was it rushed? Sometimes I do that. Like, I'll be going along because I can see like a skeleton plot in my head, and I was like, I know that's next. I even have a list in Excel sometimes. I'm doing this, and I'll get there and I'll be like, okay, that went too fast. But what I do, and what George Orwell probably didn't have the capabilities of doing, was I can go in and put my cursor anywhere. Okay, that was too fast. Let me put these other things in that need to go first. And I would put them in before that. So it smooths things out. And he probably had to type his, he had the typed page or pages, and he had to turn in the typed pages for somebody to put them on the printing press. They didn't have computers. 1984, they were getting close to it. Actually, they did have computers in 1984. But in 1949, they did not. Or at least not if you weren't in government. I don't know when the first computers came out. I know that my mom went to college and she had those cards that got punched and stuff. But those were like computers that would have filled this whole room, and not the personal computers. But when I was a senior in high school, they had the personal computer. Now, it was a big chunky thing. You sat on your desk. It took up the whole desk. So they had computers. They had even personal computers by 1984, as far as my memory goes. But probably when that book was written, they didn't have the computers. They just typed it out, and then it went to the printing press. So he may not have been able to insert things. So leave a comment on if you're building to the climax of your story, like Hate Week, I think is a climax, or at least at this point in the story, I think it might be a climax, but it was rushed. and then you have to drop in some other scenes. Because it's like we were building to Hate Week. We've got posters, we've got fires, we've got bombs, we've got this, we got that. Oh, there's so much chaos that Winston and Julia can go to the room, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. But then all of a sudden it's like, Symes is an unperson. Okay, well, there's no talk about Hate Week anymore. O'Brien approaches Winston. What happened to Hate Week? Where is it? What's going on? So, I think the climax was rushed, and he had to drop in some other things to get Hate Week a little bit farther out. I hope you enjoyed part 2, chapter 6 of 1984. Make sure you leave your comments and feel free to disagree with me with my thoughts, or if you know exactly when the first computer came out for public use or for government use or whatever, you can put those in the comments too, because I didn't look that stuff up. I was just thinking about it just now, about how they would have to type out manual pages, and they had the old typewriters too. I did use one of those at one point. So feel free to disagree with my thoughts or to correct my dates on the computers or anything else. And remember, reading is good for writers. It helps us to see how other people create their world. So read part 2, chapter 7. And that's V, and then it's II. VII. Join me Friday for Elementals. Join me Tuesday for Jargon. Join me Wednesday for the next chapter of 1984. Leave a comment on if you have an idea for a writing prompt. Because we finished A Down Soldier. Well, it could go on, but we're done with it on the channel, at least for now. Unless I get 1,000 comments that say, pick it up, do it again, or rewrite it with more violence, or rewrite it with Kamek getting hurt more, or if people just say, just continue it. We want to see what the groups of soldiers do. We want to see the lizard people coming for the thing. If you do that, then we can continue that. But for now, the Down Soldier is done for the channel. And leave a comment on a term you would have me discuss, or your favorite term so far. There are so many words and ideas. There's just an endless supply for us to pull a word and get an idea or concept out of that word, and something to put into our writings. Now, our next book club for us to read together will most likely be Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Don't forget to visit my website, bymckella.com, read some character bios, send your writings and chapters to writewithmckella@gmail.com, and leave comments on your favorite characters. If you hit the like and subscribe and the bell, then we will continue to write together, and other people will have a higher chance of finding this video and this channel, since your likes will push the video out to a greater audience. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your participation. If you know someone who would like this video, please share it with them. This is McKella with Write with McKella. Bye for now.